I took a truck. I wanted to prove something to myself. I wanted to try. About a year ago, I raced against a few other monster trucks in, I believe it was Pittsburgh. And I took Bigfoot 1, my original truck. It's a non-planetary, and it's got a big engine. I want to see if I could do the same type of show, a different type of show than it was made for. And I broke it, you know, and I talked to some people afterwards, and they said their kids cried when I broke. They couldn't figure out what happened to Bigfoot. You know, they wanted him to win. So to me, that puts pressure on me. I want to win all the time. I want to win for these kids.
The man who wants to win for these kids does just that almost all the time. Chandler and his team of Bigfoot drivers, like lead man Jim Kramer, win roughly 95% of all the shows and all the events they compete in. Bigfoot very seldom sends his young fans home crying. But in the last few years, maintaining that winning edge has become much more difficult. When you're the best, everyone's out to beat you.
It's rough. You couldn't, somebody couldn't jump in a truck now and do what we're doing. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of guts. If these guys hit the cars wrong, if their driver's tire is not in the right spot on that car, it'll flip. I mean, it will too. Unless you're on the right portion, the trunk collapses, the hood usually stays up, the roof will stay up. So you got to hit the right portion. You hit the wrong part, and your history.
And the king of the monsters, don't forget Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, 10-foot tall tires. The truck's over 15 foot tall. This is the original. This is the heaviest and the biggest of all the monster trucks. This is Bigfoot.
And this is the story of a hobby turned into an empire for a mechanic named Bob Chandler. Even he has a hard time believing how his oversized trucks, all with the Bigfoot name, have forever changed his life.
All my employees enjoy their work. I enjoy the work. My wife enjoys the work. I don't think we're going to stop. As long as people, the crowd will accept us, we're going to keep going.
This year alone, Bigfoot will perform at more than 500 events all over the country. But the plans for Bigfoot are getting even bigger. Owner Bob Chandler says in the not-too-distant future, you may find Bigfoot doing his thing in Japan, Australia, and all over Europe.
But despite its worldwide fame and despite its many successes, Bigfoot remains first and foremost a champion of the children. As he said earlier, it is the look on their faces that keeps them going, keeps them working those long, long hours. And owner-founder Bob Chandler vows that will never change. Even as the biggest kid of all continues to ride the biggest truck of all into the big time of future success and stardom.
We work a lot of hours at the shop. We work sometimes in the middle of the night and we get out, and you wonder if it's worth doing. Then you see the reaction from the people, and it's neat. It's neat to watch.
People all over the world have found Bigfoot the monster truck neat to watch for the better part of 11 years. Today there are a total of 8 Bigfoot trucks, each weighing about 15,000 pounds, performing at arenas, stadiums, and fairgrounds all over the country.
How this all came about. The screaming crowds, the adulation, the development of a hobby into a business has to rank as one of the most fascinating American dream-come-true stories you'll ever hear.
It was back in 1974 that St. Louis and Bob Chandler looked for ways to promote his four-wheel drive shop. He began by painting a pickup truck with the company name Midwest Four-Wheel Drive. Bob, his wife Marilyn, and their children would then travel to mud races throughout the Missouri and Illinois area. They didn't make any money, but the publicity they felt was beneficial.
We traveled a lot on our own. We didn't get paid to go to shows, but we went all over just because we liked it. You know, mainly I liked the truck pulls and the mud runs and the hill climbs and the different things. And then we had a call from a promoter, I believe it was in Denver, at a car show. He wanted the truck out there and he was going to pay us. So we said, why not? Let's try it. And we went out there and we brought some black and white posters that we sold for $1, and I think we made $250 and thought we were in heaven. You know.
Went out and celebrated.
Went out and celebrated that night, had a ball. And it seems like after that we started